Hello everyone, and welcome to possibly the finale of What If Deku Had Shock Absorption and Dispersal. I just woke up. It's like 2 in the morning. Not 2 in the morning, but like 3. It's 3. Fuck, okay. I slept in. Jesus. Yeah, that's what I get though. But in all reality, I was trying to figure out what to do for possibly the last episode. We're gonna start off with the Heroes movie. Now, remember, I don't know that much about it. So, cut me some slack, yeah? 'Cause fuck. Now, the thing that I'm going to say... Oh, fuck. Fuck, I need to make myself a second cup of coffee. I'm gonna make Slash and all of, like, Nine's dudes get, like, 2 more quirks at maximum. Right? That's what I'm have 9 do. Because All For One, like... he has lost faith in Shigaraki, like he should have done a while ago, to be honest. Because Shigaraki is still a fucking baby in this one. Granted, he almost died, but that, only fucked him up worse. So, yeah. All For One has an idea to go figure out, try to call up a deal with Shisaki. The same day he's going to, try to call up a deal with Shisaki, the raid is supposed to happen. No one knows if anyone's inside. They're, pretty certain this is the place. Izuku's there, and Izuku's just trying to put off the air of, I'm going to break this entire building down. Because people know that Izuku was, emotional about this, but they didn't know how much it was. All Might just told him not to kill anyone. He broke that rule already before he got told that, but hey, it was already dealt with. So, when they, kick the door down, the smell of rotting, decayed flesh and dried up blood just hits them. And I mean all of them, because that shit was... You could punch people in the paste, but, some of those people had, insides. Well, all of them did. And usually, there are things like stomach acid. Acid that still functions outside of the body. So, imagine that shit. But, not just that, Izuku he didn't have time to cleanly kill people when he was doing that. He was disemboweling, which only made the smell worse. So, Izuku was the one that kicked the door all the way off its hinges. I'm talking the door went inwards. Because he has to act like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And he already, like, had an arm cocked back, ready to fucking send it down the hallway. And then he just, like, oh, what the fuck? Fuck. And then he's like, oh, God. Like, everybody's, like, backing off because there are a lot of dead bodies in there. Once, like, the actual heroes take a comb over, and the only one that's, like, allowed in there are, like, Izuku and some other heroes. And people are wondering, why the fuck is Izuku allowed in there? Because he is the heavy-handed, crazy person. That's why. He can level city blocks. He's probably as strong, if not stronger, than All Might. So, when this is happening, there are 0 survivors, there is 0 camera footage, there is nothing. And I mean fucking nothing. But there's one thing. It is clear that this place has been flipped over and things have been destroyed via fire. Keyword. Fire. Now I know you're wondering, wait, fire? How the fuck did Izuku get a hold of fire? Oh, simple. He just did what he did at the USJ. He burnt most of the equipment up really fucking bad to make sure nothing would be usable. Ripped open computers, burnt that shit, and just caused a mess. So, when it comes down to the place, like, there are scorch marks, there's, like, blood splatters. It looks like some, well, if any of you have played Fallout 4, because that's the freshest thing in my mind, do y'all know Pikmin? Like that crazy-ass artist that kills raiders? That's who I'm talking about. And, like, turns them into abstract art pieces and uses their blood and shit to paint those abstract art pieces. Yeah. It kinda looks like one of Pikmin's paintings in there. Now you're asking, why the fuck did Izuku do this? Oh, simple. He wanted to make it seem like this was, like, an art to whoever did it. To throw it off of him. He wanted to make sure people thought a fucking psychopath did this. Not Izuku. So, even though, like, Izuku, I'm not gonna lie, he's kinda dumb in this one, but he knows, like, the basics. Wear gloves, throw the fucking police off of you any way you can, and act out of character during the crime. So yeah, that's what Izuku did, alright. So yeah. Now when it comes down to, like, everything else that happens after that, nothing really else happens. I mean, like, Appi and Izuku's relationship advanced very quickly because there's nothing really happening. Granted, they still go to school and stuff, but, like, their time is together and with Eri, which, like, makes Eri open up faster, and then, like, the festival happens. Everything just about happens the same at the festival. It's just it's just, well, when it comes down to it, Izuku and Froppy are not in the performance. That's about it. So, like, they're holding Eri in the crowd. Izuku gets to see her smile fully. Which makes him smile fully. Something that is very hard to do. Izuku smiling is kind of weird. That's kind of one of the reasons why he doesn't do it. Because his smile kind of like it's one of those smiles that looks like I'm still angry, but in all reality he isn't. He's just actually happy. But yeah. But we're gonna skip to some events that would happen on Island. Last time I remember, I think it was Island. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that was. Yeah. Anyway, hey, 9 and his corked out crew, plus some other people in Nomos, they already got the other guy, which, like, that was a considerable fucking amount of damage that 9 did to the surrounding area. And, like, they do know that Izuku is here. This is the person that they want dead. The guy wants dead. And to be honest, like, 9 has all for one. And, like, from what I remember, Island was kind of almost like a vacation dealio. So, Aries there. And, no. There could be very bad things happening. So, when the first, like, hey, we're here of the group of fucking, like, 9's group happens, it's a lot more destructive. And it gets Izuku's attention almost immediately. And the attention of every, like, functioning law enforcement on the island. And 9, last time I remember, was just tracking down the kids. So, they have them in the same spot. And all, like, functionality. And, if Izuku, like, looks out, and I'm gonna say, we're gonna skip to the big fight scene. But instead of just 9 being there, it's the entire fucking squad. And Izuku's just standing in front of the fortress, just waiting. 6 arms, looking pissed. And he just starts walking towards them. And he just screams out, "You interrupted my vacation. Because some fucking reason you wanted to get rid of your drawback." Last time I remember, there was a similar song and dance to this. A man attacked me when I was 10. I damn near kicked him out of a city block. And I'm gonna say that All For One and, like, Shigaraki and them are watching from a safe distance with like a pair of binoculars and some fucking popcorn, like just in case. Yeah, no, we need to jump in. And because, like, All For One gave him the quirk, so they're ready to give support. Right? Like, that ain't their, like, that's their dude. That's who they want in power. Shigaraki's kind of salty, but he's not going to be salty at his boss for long. I'm going to be real. And, yeah. The events happen as follows. 9 just says, give me the kid and I won't have to kill you. Izuku laughs slightly and says, that's cute. People have threatened my life before. My friends, my family. But you see, it hits different when you make my daughter afraid. When you make a child afraid, you see, that isn't allowed. You made my daughter almost have a nervous breakdown. I'm going to beat you to death for that sentiment. And as soon as he says that, Izuku notices the clouds that darken the sky. And the storm, which has approached. And it is vicious. 9 wasn't sure how strong Izuku was. But from the stories, the news articles, and Dr. Yujiko getting his quirk file, they know exactly how strong he is. And the strange thing, what his drawback is none. So, he doesn't know how to approach it other than on deck 100% all the way. And slashing them know like what quirks he has taken. He tells them to bail. Hell, at least get far enough back so like, hey, you could swoop in case of something really fucking bad. Which, as soon as like, I'ma say Chimera, like, goes to turn around, a fucking shockwave that clears the dark weather and that turns that dark weather into a funnel cloud. And almost starting a tornado, Izuku appears in front of Chimera. Now, what happened in that limited time, Izuku broke Chimera's back, his legs, and his jaw, and his... Sorry for the slight pause, let us continue. And is holding him by the back of the scruff of his hairy neck, and just holding it. Just didn't he literally only got to turn around. And like Izuku's holding him. He can't speak. He can't move fucking anything in his body. And he is the only one that hears this. You destroyed the store that I was going to take my daughter to get an ice cream cone at, you prick. And as soon as that is said, Slash attempts, well, to do her namesake and fucking stab him with her hair. And, Izuku just throws Chimera in front of it. Zero fucks given. Like, this is clearly, like, I'm not in the mood. And, like, moves him in front, causes, like, Chimera to get stabbed a small bit, but nothing fucking serious. And then, like, Slash, like, is able to pull back enough so he doesn't fucking kill him. And just throw Chimera to the ground and just look at Slash. And just say, I'm going to scalp you for that. And, like, the killing intent behind those words was not fake. It was real. And it sent chills down Nine's spine. So Nines truly tries to get involved, activating a speed quirk that he has taken, and to immediately engage Izuku with full force, using the Hydra quirk, as well as the nail lasers that he got going. On using his air walls to try to make sure he can't really move away from him or to attack him. And as Izuku realizes, like, they won't hurt their friends, let's see how far they're willing to go. And during that small amount of time, like that 2 seconds, 5 milliseconds, Izuku is able to pick up little Chimera boy and put him in front of all of the lasers. And, like, not even need to, because fucking, like, he made 9 miss already. He just put Chimera in front of the lasers. He wanted to see if it would go through. He wanted to see if he put everything behind it. And sure enough, it goes through 9 like not 9, Chimera. It doesn't kill him. But like any more shit like that, and he will die. That Chimera's coughing up blood. Fucking Mummy almost immediately tries to wrap Izuku up. He doesn't even fucking, like, move. Mummy just wraps him up very easily. And Izuku just turns his head towards 9. Even though there's so much, like, resistance being put on his neck from the cloth around his face, and he just says, biting through the cloth and spitting it out, this song and dance is starting to annoy me. You have 3 seconds to do actual fucking damage. Or I'm going to treat you how I'm going to treat him. And he turns towards Mummy. Mummy, using his second quirk, immediately tries to electrify his newly modified copper wire lined cloth, and it shocks Izuku. He grunts a little bit. But what he expects was, hey, this is gonna be a fight. No, 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 no. Izuku's mere, like, movement of his, like, left arm, all of them comes undone. I mean, every fucking bit of the cloth just rips apart. And, as Izuku just... You hear one very small boom. And they can't find Mummy. But one of the buildings about half a mile away just kind of crumbles in on itself. He sent Mummy half a mile away into a fucking building. Mummy is clinging to life at the moment. Just barely. Like, he's almost in critical, but not yet. If he gets up and gets hit by like that again, oh no, he's dead. There is no question about it. And Izuku turns to Slash again, and he just says, I won't have enough personal time with you to scalp you. I'm gonna just rip your fucking head off. That sound good? But 9 tries to do that air wall shit again. Izuku just punches through it. Which end up causing a fucking, like, air tunnel to pull fucking... and slash into it. And he just grabs her by her hair. Grabs her by, like, her ears and starts to rip upwards. Now, usually, from what I could tell about her quirk, it is all about her hair. And the quirk that I did decide to give her is regeneration. She's a lucky woman. As she gets her scalp ripped off, and she falls to the ground screaming, her head regrows, her hair is slowly starting to, but like, she is in pain. Like, and Izuku just looks at 9 and just tosses a scalp on the floor and just looks at him. You weren't making it out of here alive. You have the special attention of me. Because of what you did, and Izuku gets fucking hit really fucking hard by someone that he did not expect to see here. It was all for one. And when All for One didn't forget, it's more like he neglected to realize it didn't make him move. The only thing that moved was his arm that was aimed for 9, now collides with his skull, turning him into... Well, his top half becomes a fine mist, and I'm talking, his shit's gone. There is no, like, slight blood rain. He became aerosol. He became, like, some shit that you put in Febreze. He's gone. Like, bones and all don't matter. He's fucking not there anymore. And if the bones did survive somehow, some miracle of God, they would be stripped clean. So, as Shigaraki's seen this, he tries his little combo attack with Korigiri. fucking hand portals. And what Shisaki never really thought about when he made this attack, what if someone grabs the fucking hands? Now, what do you mean by that? Oh, just grab him by his fucking wrist. Pull him in, break his arm, and just start fucking mangling it. So, that's what's happening to him. Meanwhile, 9 is firing fucking lasers at Izuku. Now, granted, they're hitting Izuku, but, like, they're not going through. Which is weird. It's almost like Izuku's putting off a lot of energy. Enough energy to almost be very close to nullifying 9's lasers. Which is strange. This has never happened before. And when he realizes he's being shot at by 9, he turns all for one on. Sorry, one for all. And, dear God. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, no. Izuku, faster than people would realize, reached his hand through the portal, grabbed Shigaraki by the face, pulled him in, and this was just fast enough to not get it closed on his hand, to instead have Shigaraki killed by Kurogiri shutting the portal. And Izuku just tosses the fucking head of Shigaraki Tomura into the fucking chest of Kurogiri, which causes his fucking rib cage to go inwards and him to fall, like, go rolling on the fucking ground. And when he, like, realizes what happened in that fact that Shigaraki's head is in his chest, bending his rib cage in, he knows that, hey, I'm the last one left. We can't do this. And 9 is smart. He's not dumb. He knows one thing, and that is strength. Izuku's strength is unmatched. And he doesn't even know if it's a quirk anymore. People have just assumed that it was. He doesn't believe it is anymore. Deadass, he does not believe so. At all. But he has to try. As black electricity leaks off of his arms and lunge forward towards Izuku. Hubris, cockiness, and confidence is something slow and insidious. A killer beyond killers. It is killing people now, as it will forever. As Izuku turns towards and realizes the black lightning, it is too late. He gets grabbed. The howl of pain of Izuku who rings through the sky and through the air. This is when the contingency plan goes off. Izuku knows one thing. And that is being cautious. Having a modicum of intelligence. He has something on him that no one really would expect of him. He is able to push off 9 before he gets his quirk truly. Now, there was a secondary reason that he went to get Shigaraki himself. Somewhat of a darker reason. To get a specific drug. 2 bullets were made. Both of them being quirk erasers. Izuku, who, with zero hesitation, reaches into his... Oh, shit, I'm covering his face. Damn it. Yeah, sorry for the slight cut, but yeah. Reaches into his waistband with zero hesitation, pulls out something simple. A Glock. And squeezes off 1 shot. That shot hits 9 in the stomach, causing him to, stumble back a little bit, because getting shot fucking hurts. I don't know that by experience, but I just believe so. It would. It's a blunt object entering your body at high speed. It fucking hurts. Anyway. But, as it connects, something changes. By God, something changes. The quirk erasing bullet ticks. Izuku, uncertain of this bullet's property, fires it off again. In 9, seemingly trying to use the barrier quirk, and it not activating, being hit again, and in his shoulder, causing him to fall and roll on the ground a little bit as he tries to stand back up. As Izuku flips the gun around and wings it at Korigiri at maximum speed with One for All and everything directly into his chest, where Shigaraki is. Well, Shigaraki's head is. Now, the grip of the gun hits first in Shigaraki's, the back of Shigaraki's head, goes through it, keeps going, sends the bone shards even deeper into Korigiri, and the gun rips out of the other side of Korigiri with a couple vertebrae. And the head falls out of Korigiri's chest to reveal a sickening wound that organs and intestines immediately begin to flood out of. Korigiri crashes to his knees and dies there. Izuku says one thing. God, that hurt. You know what's interesting? About every fucking power, there has to be a counter to it. From what I know, he gave you the power. And he points at All for One, that now lies dead, only his belly button and legs remaining. And he just says, I give you a chance now to surrender. I give you a chance now to do something. Survive. That's all what's need to be done is to live. You'll be behind a cage for some time. Your destruction has caused many deaths of men, women, and children, leaving some men, children, and women homeless, and the men unable to work for their family. Some people may starve, and others would be hoping to just starve instead of die under rubble. Die of suffocation, die of organ failure and internal bleeding. There are many things that people would rather die from, but more importantly, they would wish to live. So I give you that option. Survive with your friends, or die with your allies. Choose. This is the one time I will show mercy, in any form of it. Because people like you disgust me. You have the power of titans. You are like me, but different. Twisted. Demented. You could have been a pillar. Not of power, of righteousness. I read your file. I know what happened to you. You, like this woman, this man, and that person that I had flung. He is still alive, by the way. But all of you were victims of circumstance. And you were twisted by those circumstances. You claim to understand strength, but you not even use it properly. Do you know what strength is for? It is for nurturing those underneath you and those who you consider family, so they may grow stronger while you are passing past your prime. You are becoming weaker by the day. Every day you live, you will become weaker. I have not yet passed my prime yet. And I don't even believe me to be at the pinnacle of my power. But I do not need any more. To be cursed with more power than this, I would never wish this power on anyone. Why? Simple. They fear you for it. They do not treat you as if you were regular. Granted, mutants are already looked down upon by themselves. But people like you like the others that have come to pass, like him. He was wicked. Some of his intentions were not bad, but most of them were. You, as well as Slash and Chimera and Mumpy, have become wicked. Because of circumstances that were out of your control. You just wish to live. If I figure out a way to get you out of prison, I'm going to ask you to do something. And I'm going to expect a yes. And I'm not just talking to you. He looks at Slash, still fucking stunned at the speed. Her hair barely even grew back. It's still growing, sure, but God. At least it's down to my shoulders. But, Chimera is as well conscious, surprisingly. Now, surrender. So this needless violence no longer needs to continue. 9 realizes something very, very quickly. This is not the sound of someone that is scared, angry, or anything anymore. This is the sound of a bored man. Of a man who has sat on his ass and waited for a challenge. And that challenge never fucking came. And he got bored of waiting. So he decided to do this. Because at least there's some enjoyment in it, he guesses. But in all reality, everyone who watches this knows exactly what he wants. He wants a quiet life. A family and a picket fence. And a gas station. We're going to skip forward a couple years. 9 did surrender because he is no fool. Izuku once again did have his ass covered. And I'm going to say everyone knows no one else was really there to watch Izuku fucking face off. So, yeah. So, we're gonna pass, I'm gonna say 5 years. Aries 10. Froppy has a child on the way. Suyu. And Izuku has taken up the position as not the symbol of peace, of order, not peace. Izuku turned the entire hero society on its head as soon as he became number one. As soon as he did. He began doing what he set out to do. Put the world on its back and turn it. Turn it so the main population that has never seen the sun before in their entire life be brought to it, so they have a chance to nurture their children in it and not outside of it. This was a year of prosperity for those in the less class-filled society, let us just say. The small people. The people that could barely get food for their children. That was his entire hero career, was their heyday, was their millennia, it felt like, in the sun. And then Izuku's mother died. Him knowing that there's nothing else left to do, he quote-unquote retired. But people know one thing. The laws have changed. In Japan and only Japan. Powers can be used in public as long as they are not, can't hurt anyone. And people with quirks such as Shigaraki's overhauls are put into schools with people like themselves so they could foster and grow. Being taught by heroes with quirks similar to their own, and also helping them train said quirk. Vigilantes are no longer seen as a crime. As long as you don't kill anyone, it's fine. We're going to skip further. Aries graduation ceremony. Happiest day of Izuku's life. He swears it. See his little girl that he saved so long ago on the stage. Froppy ended up giving birth to twins. Izuku knew for a fact they wouldn't want to come. But Izuku did tell them, what was going to be there. Which was usually cake. I'm pretty certain there's, sometimes cake at these ceremonies. In a very small, very calm, mellow party. But, other than that, there's nothing really else there. And they didn't want to go. Froppy was like, maybe you want to be supportive to your sister. They're like, nah. Both of their quirks are similar to their father's, but he knows, hey, at least I'm gonna bring them up right. I'm not gonna be the thing that will fuck them up. And that's all he needs to know. since Izuku is like quote unquote retired, the crime almost started to creep up again until like signs of Izuku started showing up. Like loud, very fucking loud booms. Concussive explosions. That is the type of thing that's just there. Relevant and poignant. When Izuku is near, you hear the sounds of concussive booms through the sky, as well as two other sets of booms behind him. He does teach his kids how to use their quirk. Granted, they're less good as him with it, but he had years. Give it time. But, yeah. Ooh. Oh, yeah, by the way, I just have to say this. This man is not happy. I think, in all technicality, he just kind of... I'm not talking about hot, like, the original... The person who's DMing this game gotta be pissed. Because, in this game, they actually do play Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though, granted, it's a D&D mixed with Yu-Gi-Oh! Which will give them, like, special abilities. It's like the fucking anime. And it's pretty much the anime canon with some small alterations. But it's pretty fucking good. Now, back to it. It's time. The moment we're all waiting for. When Izuku turned 50, he's still fairly buff looking. Like he still looks like he could like do the shit that he used to when he was younger. Like you're 100% knowing he's old man buff as fuck. But Izuku goes to his night job. There has been no robberies. He goes to his fucking corner store. Or he opens the doors, takes a deep inhale, and smiles, turning on the neon green sign above the store. You can all have your own little headcanons of what the name is. The name isn't important. The store is. He got his fucking store. And he's happy. He has 2 things of income. He works 2 jobs in all technicality. And his family lives well and is fed well. Izuku does do charity events that sometimes are like this close to being attacked by villains, and then they notice Izuku's there and they bail the fuck out. Because, like said, Izuku has like, well, not like said, he has a record of killing, so, nah, they're not dumb, so, yeah. But, yeah, when it comes down to it, all of everything this Izuku goes through, he was so close to facing something that he couldn't lose once. But he was just fast enough. 1 second later and it would have been ripped from him. His quirk. Granted, he had all for one. I mean, one for all. Already a serious buff. That compounded on Izuku's quirk would make it devilish. But what 9 and all for one did not notice, and did not know, that the quirks fused. And the next wielder will have something much stronger than just a 2 iteration jump. You see, since Izuku is constantly connecting kinetic energy just by walking, he doesn't use a lot of it. Because there's not a lot of crime, so legit, it's building up. And, well, he finally just decided to say fuck it. He always felt like that ember in his chest compared to the raging inferno around it. He's gonna put out his inferno, get the wood that started that, and chuck it in to that one, because that just seems like a smarter idea. Izuku fuels one for all with his kinetic energy, making the quirk even stronger than it should be. By miles. It is insane how strong it is. The users didn't give him their quirks. Why? Simple. The reason that they didn't give him the quirks was obvious. He didn't need them. Like, he just didn't. And, like, the only quirk that I would have given him was the spider sense. And that was it. Maybe float. But even then, it wouldn't be worth it. But, yeah. I'm gonna go watch Hot Swappables. And this is a fabulous end to one of my third most enjoyed series. Well, technically, yeah, third. Because Ultron, Two-Face, and this one were truly my favorites. Have a nice day. All of you. And I'm sorry it came out so late. I didn't know that I, slept in. Oh, wait. Fuck. Hold on. I forgot to do something. One moment. Dear God, it's only been 2 months. It's only been 2 months, guys. You need to fucking chill. It's only been 2 months. Like, damn. 2 months, damn near 200. Fucking damn. Just damn. This, thank you. Now, actually, goodbye.